Well, last part was interesting. Now that we discussed everything about America and other countries and Bosnia-Herzegovina, we can continue on our Katawa Shoujo adventure. We leave the main building and Rin leads us onwards towards the dorm. We stop at a small patch of greenery in front of the dorm building. The dorm is built on a slightly elevated ground, with a wall and a few trees that everyone has to circle around every time they come or go. It's probably the only inconvenient design in the school. Bro, it's never an inconvenience in my life. It's always an inconvenience in everyone else's life. Because I'm passionate. I'm a passionate individual. Probably the only inconvenient design in our school. Seriously, why do you have to walk up like that? What happens if a tree falls and there are no people who can hear that are around to hear it? Could they hear it? Like if a tree falls and let's say Misha's deaf still. Well, she's not really deaf. Is she? Wait a second. Misha's a mute. No, Misha's not a mute. No, wait a second. What the hell is Misha's disability? Misha can hear, but she can't speak? No, maybe she's deaf and mute. Holy fuck, I don't know Misha. No, not Misha, Shazoon's. I don't know Shazoon's true disability. Because she signs. I think she just can't hear, but she can speak. Right? Yeah. No, that makes sense. But then why doesn't she talk? Unless it would sound like Helen Keller. Like, but that's really a fucked up thing. I shouldn't talk about that. That's not nice. But I don't get it. Oh well. Oh well, it's not my problem. Wait, I'm gonna be dating this girl! Oh god, it could be my problem. It could be a very big problem. Jesus. The entire wall, made of the same kind of bricks as the building itself, has been covered with some sort of a painting. It's the ugliest goddamn painting I've ever seen. Most of it's still mere sketches, quick lines drawn with black and white against the gray plaster, and it covers almost the entire length of the wall. But some places look, well, they look a bit more finished. Look at the shading. Oh, that's just a tree shadow, never mind. There are human faces and legs and hands. I can't quite say what the painting is as a whole might portray. I think it involves a little man riding an elephant into a face of death. And as he enters the face of death, he appears as a new man. Yeah. That seems right. Stacks of what seem to be paint cans are arranged in piles on the ground, beside the wall.
See, the left side is hardly off the ground yet. It's because I couldn't get in the mood yesterday, so I gave up and went to meditate instead. Then it was suddenly morning. No, it wasn't suddenly morning. You slept. God, I have to work on it. But the guys from our class are helping with the negative spaces and base surfaces, whatever, which is a problem. It's easier to paint big trees if there are a lot of people with hands.
I would definitely think painting with no hands is a talent that requires skill and finesse. Yes, I agree.
The reach is better, and it's faster too.
Well, maybe if you didn't have your eyes closed half the time, it would be just as fast. She goes on a tangent of another tangent, waving a little with her arm, or whatever theirs actually is. This is straight, even though I got the point already. Oh, she's pulling an Italian. Hey, bibbidi bobbidi boo. You talk with your hands. What do you call an Italian with no hands? A mute. Oh, I could say that because I'm Italian. Actually, fuck it. You can say it even if you aren't Italian. Who's gonna get offended by that? It's hilarious. The white con of her sleeve flaps around like a duck. Like a duck. It makes it look... it makes me think it could look sadder than it does. Oh god, it's really fucked up. She's just like flapping around. Like when I think of like the definition of flailing around, I think of Rin just waving her nubs kind of thing, and it's like the shirt just flails. That's what I think of. I'm going to hell. But it makes me feel out of place, like almost every other tangible reminder of the student basis. Student basis. Special properties has in the past few days. The girl doesn't notice my dreary feelings, of course, or the fact that she lost me a while ago, and just keeps on blabbering.
So that's why I was trying to figure out if there's something I need to figure out, and then figure that out before it's too late and all hope is lost. Otherwise, I'm never gonna figure anything out.
Why would the hope be lost?
Because paint has to be painted, and then it has to dry, and then it has to be painted over with another kind of paint.
I know! Varnish! I don't know, actually no, I don't think that applies. Primer? Paint primer. You have to prime it and then varnish it.
It takes time.
She finally stops. Apparently thinks she made some kind of statement that makes sense. Well, it takes time. You know, stitching time saves night. And the Cat in the Hat, she got shot by a man with a bat. It makes plenty of time. All the time in the world. I think it's best to start from the top. So this is your project. You did this. Well, of course. Otherwise you wouldn't be talking about it.
Yes. Yes, I did.
All of it? It's kind of a lot. Yes. Well, that's impressive, Rin. With no hands to boot. Nice, but... I stumble with my words, suddenly feeling I've walked straight into the minefield of political incorrectness. Alright, so we're gonna navigate the minefield of political incorrectness. Ready with me? Okay. Narrow. Rin. She's got no hands to do. Rin is She's a person with no hands. That's politically incorrect. She's a person with no hands. How does she paint? I don't understand. Rin, 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 no hands. Rin, rin, no hands. Rin, rin, no hands. I feel like if I was able to sing it, it'd be less offensive. So I decided to sing it. I hope we can understand my no hands song.
It's okay. You could say it. I probably won't get mad.
No hands! No hands! No hands! I'm good. I'm real good. I blushed really hard. I don't really know what it would be like the right thing to say. I mean, it feels like I'm way more sensitive than Rin is, which you are. You are more sensitive because you have feelings. Rin doesn't have feelings. As we discussed in the prior part before, Hisao Nakai is the worst bigot, racial, sexist, nationalist person there is because he has feelings. So you can't be a bigot if you have feelings. I mean, you can technically. You can be like, well, I have feelings for one people, not the other people. You can, which is stupid. But he has feelings for all the people. So it's hard for him not to be sensitive. When you have feelings, you are sensitive. That is why females like the sensitive kind. They like the sensitive nature of man. They want men inside. That's a really poor choice of words. They want men around them, but not in their faces. If that makes sense. This is really awkward. No, what I just said was really awkward, Hisao. I said some awkward things.
Don't you want to ask?
Not really. I sang about it. I felt good singing. Alright, fuck it. How do you paint with no hands? Without hands?
See, I'm an easy person to talk to, right? With my feet. But you wouldn't know that, would you? But I'm gonna smile and pretend like I care.
But isn't that hard to do?
You're good at guessing. Anyway, I don't think it is, but maybe I'm used to it by now.
I can't get my mind around the fact that she could be an artist, but seeing how she is very adept with using her feet, I mean, she eats with her feet, painting might not be a problem either. No, painting requires precision. With your feet in your mouth, you have to get it in one hole, and if you open your mouth really wide, and like you're using like a spoon or a fork, you have a pretty good chance of getting it in. I mean, think about it. You just have to get a little spoon in your mouth. That's not too bad. I could probably do that if I could bend my leg up to my face. But saying I could and I was able to do that, yeah, I think I could. With the paintbrush, you have to get it down to the exact pixel. Well, this is the real world, so the exact, I don't know, millimeter by millimeter spot. Fuck it, nanometer by nanometer spot to get the right ink drop on it. You got precision is beyond incomprehensible, man. It just blows anything out the water. It just blows everything. It's just a man with a giant penis fetish in the water, and he's blowing everything. That's what it blows out of the water. So I don't get it.
The afternoon light works pretty well. I was afraid it would look too flat, but it's not like that after all. You like flat, don't you? I saw you hitting on Emmy. She's flat, even when she's at her emmiest.
Huh. You saw that? Don't say anything, please.
I think it's actually pretty interesting. I wanted to see what it looks like in dim light. Do you think it's flat?
I think you're very flat. I think the painting's very flat. I think it's very, very flat. Well, paintings tend to be flat. I mean, it's like if you were drawing a painting of yourself, you would want the chest area to be flat. I mean, right, come on. Psh, ring shot. Sorry, that's what I do.
Not like that flat, you know, flat. Like some people are. No substance, no meat, where there should be some.
Are you calling my personality flat? Because I take offense, man. I take extreme offense. I'm offended. A few girls who, okay, I get it, but I couldn't really tell. I'm not that good with art. I can't name any artists or artistic terms. Foreground, background, Foley, no arms. I don't know. So I really don't have anything to say about art in general. Me either. I like the way it looks. That's about it. I took an art class. I forgot everything about it. There was rocks in it. We looked at the rocks and described how it made us feel. I was like, this rock, it's so big. When I look at it, my emotions tremble beneath me. I can almost feel my feet swell up as my knees begin to shake. A cringing feeling in my stomach is induced by the sheer size of it, as it ponders over me and casts the elongated shadow of sorrow across my face. I too feel the pain of the rock. And as the rock begins to shift side to side in the swaying winds, I worry for that not only if the rock is movable, it means my life is movable. If the winds and time can move this gigantic beast, what means do I have of ever escaping the ever-changing and ever-shaping winds. I will forever be caught up in their gusts, and my life will be left in turmoil as I am tumbling down the hill, as this rock once did before it set upon these mountain tops. I wrote that. Fuck it, I said that in the speech. Fuck it, I gave a public announcement to the school in front of millions of people. I said that. It felt good. Got a lot off my chest that day. Rin shrugs her shoulders at that, saying, "Do it yourself," without saying it, and looks up at the sky as if trying to look at something up there. I found God, and now I'm going to paint him.
I didn't think I could get any actual work done, but if you could give me a hand with the paints, I could do a little before it's too dark.
Huh. Oh well.
I wanted to get a halogen lamp like the ones they have at Sports Track, but there aren't any. They didn't trust me with the wires. They said, how could I tie something out with no heads?
Well, good point. Rin sure is quick to recruit my help, as was Shizune, the person who apparently is deaf. It really makes me feel that the festival is such a big project that every pair of hands is needed. Well, it looks like they didn't care about Rin that much. Why not? Not really sure if I can be anything help, though. You know,
it's just mixing some paints. You could do that, probably. Do you have motor control problems? Like, you know, those people who have some? Are you suffering cerebral palsy?
No, cerebral palsy, baby. No, not that I know of. I'm fully capable of controlling my motor skills and... Oh god, I can't control my motor skills! Sorry. Not that I know of. No, I was fucked up.
I get it. Hard thinking was nothing to do with that.
She gives me a sly look for some reason. Oh, no, it doesn't. And I think you're eyeing my penis, so please, stop that. Stop looking at my general groin region. Yeah. Ah! Bathroom! Stop looking at me! Stop it. Please, thank you.
Let's do it then.
Good. Smile and be happy and cheerful. She sits on an empty wooden box and very naturally picks up a wide brush between the toes of her bare right foot. I open a few of the cans and pour some of the contents into shallow bowls for mixing. The thick paint flows lazily from the can to the bowl, like syrup. But you can't eat it because it isn't syrup. If you eat it, you'll probably get lead poisoning, and it's probably toxic. Do paints contain lead nowadays? Do they still? They take that out. I think they still do. I mix them, creating funny, hypnotic-looking swirl patterns that melt quickly into each other to form a new monotone hue. Rin sets to work every now and then asking me for a hand with something or the other. ... Finding different brushes is easy enough, but mixing the paints to the exact tone the girl is apparently seeing in her head is a frustrating ordeal. She wants precision down to the last millimeter before she is satisfied. She wants precision and she paints with her feet? What the hell kind of planet do we live on? Some asinine backwards planet? But her instructions are obscure at best.
And have a splash of green. Don't add more.
I crouch down to pick up a can of bright green.
The other green. This green.
I carefully pour some of the other green into the mixing bowl.
No, that's almost a whole splash. More white. Is green a good color to add?
I'm not an artist. You're the artist. What the fuck is this thing? A hint of smile appears in the corners of her mouth.
Do you lack an opinion?
Well, when it comes to something about you, yeah, I was gonna be like, wow, this girl's pretty attractive. And now, after talking to you, I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna lack an opinion on the topic here. No, it's just I have no idea. It's not that I lack an opinion, I lack a voice in the subject. Why would I want to give an opinion to something I have no knowledge in? It makes me look like an asinine person. Or, pardon my French, but you, sir, are an asshole. It's okay, because I just got an idea.
Add more white.
With this exclamation, I pour a minuscule amount of white into the bowl and mix it. It looks slightly whiter. Yeah.
That's not good. It has to be like the color when you wake up and you know that you saw the meaning of life in a dream, but can't remember it. You know, like you're doing some hardcore heavy drugs.
Oh, okay. Sure, Rin. Let me just add some more on that.
Maybe it's yellow.
Oh my god. ... Despite the impossibility of mixing a color like the change of seasons or any other nonsense that's being imposed to me, I find myself enjoying it more than I thought I would. My voice gives me super strength! Seeing a painting being born on the plaster wall feels like magic. Nothing was born. She had colors before, now it's black and white. I spend the moments I have between mixing paints, crouching down and paving, and just looking at her work. It feels slightly intrusive at first, like breaking some imaginary intimacy, but Rin doesn't seem to mind the least bit. Maybe it's just in my head. No, it's because you're secretly encroaching on her position, and as you get closer to her butt, you realize this is what Emmy wanted. And you realize Emmy's first was Rin!